Once all the dependencies have been installed, or other dependencies under the software, the necessary software, we need now to start writing some code. So the first thing is to navigate to the location where you wish to create your project. So in my case, I'll be creating my project under this path, that is under the tutorial folder. So for your case, this may be different. Just select the location of your choice and open either the terminal or the command prompt. So the first thing will be creating a virtual environment. So a virtual environment will be assisting us in managing the dependencies for this particular application. So let's create a virtual environment. So we have Python 3, then v-e-n-v, then the name of the virtual environment. So let me just name it env. So this may vary. There's just a variable name which may vary from one person to another, and it works. It just works as expected, regardless of what name you use. So click enter. Takes less than a minute, just some few seconds to create one. So if I ls, I'm able to see the virtual environment created here. So the other thing will be to launch this virtual environment. So basically there are some there are different ways of launching the virtual environment, and this varies from one operating system to another. So for instance, for those on Windows, we'll learn this command. You just write the name of the virtual environment, brog env, then a backslash scripts, backslash, then activate. So this is for those on Windows. Those on Linux and Mac can talk of source. Then we have brog env, then enter. So in my case, I'm on Linux, so this is what I'm supposed to use. But if you note, it's not working because it needs to change from this location to be sitting on the newly created virtual env. So if this command does not work for some reason, we can have a workaround for that. And the workaround is we have this command. We have brog env. So just type in that command and click enter, and we see that the location has changed. All right. So once we have been able to launch the virtual env, we start writing, or rather we launch our project. So before we launch our project, we need to install the very first dependency, which is Django. We need to install Django on our virtual environment, and this is how we are going to do it. We are going to run pip install Django. Give it some few seconds to complete. Once it's complete, then we are set to start our project. So let us clear the console. So to start our project, we run Django admin start project, then the name of the project. So let's just name it brog project and click on enter, and in 2-3 seconds our project has been created. If we ls, we are able to see our brog project here. So what we need to do, let's cd into that project folder, brog project. So we are in the root directory of our brog project. Here are the files and folders for what we just created. So what we need to do after this, after creating our project, we can open this project in our Visual Studio Code editor. So the quickest way to do is to write code dot, and this will open our project in the Visual Studio Code. So if this does not work for you, you need first of all to launch the Visual Studio Code from either the search here or from the shortcut if it exists on your desktop. Once you do that, there is this file option here. Then we have open folder. Then just click on whatever folder that has your project and click on open. And with that, we are going to have this page. So with this bare project, we can be able to see how it looks like on our browser, and we can do that by running python manage.py run server. So we have a warning here that will be resolved once we do the migration. So basically it's a warning, not an error. So let's come and enter the address on which our project runs. This is basically the localhost and port 8000, which is the default port for Django. So this is what we have, and it's a confirmation that our project has worked successfully. So once we create a project successfully, the next thing will be creating an application. So an application, this is where we are going to define the different codes for our particular project. So let's create a project. So what we do, we have Python, just have Python because we are running it on the virtual environment, and we only have Python 3. So Python is just okay without Python 3. Python manage.py start up. Then we can call it, let's just call it blog app. Once we do that, if we check here, a new folder has been created with some files. So we are not going to go through in explaining what files we have here. We did that in our previous tutorial. Please check it out. So once you create a new file, or rather a new application, there are some few settings that you are supposed to adjust before starting now to writing codes that are intended now to give meaning to our blog application. Remember that we want this page to have such content. We want to consume this template, so we want to do away with this. So the few settings that we are supposed to do, we are supposed to add this newly created application to our project, or rather know our project that such an application exists. So we can remove that, it's not useful at the moment. So under installed apps, this is what we need to add. We need to add blog app. Once we do that, we also need to add some few lines of code that will be helping us in working with static files. That is, working with static files, working with media files, and all that. So this is what we have under this section. Once you do that, just click on or rather just save that. Then we also need to define the location where our templates will be stored. So under the template section, just click on that and add this base directory. It's base dir, have a space, have a forward slash, have another space, then into two quotations, have templates. So this base directory has been defined here. This is basically the root folder for our project. So once you do that, save, then here what you need to do, you need to create two more folders. One of them is the template that we just defined. You need to create that. We also need to create another one with or rather called static. This is where we are going to store our styling, our images, and all that. The next thing will be to copy our project templates to our template folder and our static files in the static folder. So let's get to our templates location. We have them here. So we are going to copy this. Without that, let us just copy that, then navigate back to desktop. You go to coding, you have Django, then you also have the training folder, then we have blog project, then templates. Then let's paste our content here. Then we move the assets folder from the assets from the templates folder to the static folder. Paste it here. All right, then we are set to go. So what we need to do is to start writing our first route. Let us do that. So in these in the project folder URLs, we need to add a path. This path is meant to consume the blog application, or to tell our project that we have a blog application that works on this route. So we are going to create an empty path. We have it there. Then we also have to include then the name of our application. We have blog app.urls. So we also need to import includes here, or rather include here. From Django URLs, we import path and include. We can remove these lines of code. Once we do that, we can save. Let's copy that. We are going to use it in our blog app application. So in our blog application, let's create a urls.py file. After that, we paste that. We don't need this. We also don't need include. Let's do away with that as well. So here we also need to create an empty path. Then we also have views dot the name of our views. We will name it blog. Then for the name, let's name it blog as well. So just a quick overview of how the routing works. So if a user visits this page, the root domain. If a user visits the root domain, so this request goes to the URLs for our project, loops through the different paths that exist, and identifies where the request is supposed to be distributed. So it follows that path. For instance, identifies this is the blank or rather the path for the root domain. Follows what it includes blog app, follows the blog app URLs, finds that it's also defined here. This is the root the path for the root domain. Then follows and goes to the views section. Once it's in the views, it allocates that function. Once it allocates that function, then it does exactly what that functions has been directed to do. So for instance, in our case, we have defined blog request. then we need to return, then we render, also do a request here, then we render a template by the name blog.html. So this URL will come to the views.py, find this function and do exactly what has been the directive here. So it's supposed to return to the user blog.html. All right, so what we need to do is that in this section we need to import these views. So what we need to do is from all import views to remove that error. Right, so let us see if we are able to get that. We need to start our development server. All right, there we go. We have been able to render the first blog templates. So we are going to see how to restore the styling, because this should be the styling. This should be the styling. So we are going to see how to work on the styling.